this judicial decree of God, this curse, our sin is ghastly. It is repulsive. We should see it as shocking, as appalling. And you know why? When the trial comes, you're going to do one of two things. You're going to look at this and you're going to say, God must not be able to do anything about it. Or you're going to look at this and you're going to say, this is overreaction. I mean, what in the world? He only took a bite out of a piece of fruit. And you'll think it is overreaction if you don't see sin for how wicked it is. Your sin is violently wicked. What you see in drought and fires, wildfires, and tornadoes and hurricanes, it's just a little glimpse of how God feels towards sin and how you ought to see it. Not too long ago, we had a man, some of you know him, some of you know him real well. He came in here, came into the church. He said to me one day, you know, since I've been coming to this church, my wife took me back in. I got a job. Not doing drugs out on the corner anymore. I got a car. Imagine a man coming up to you and saying that. Oh, how easy it is to find God in that. Right? That kind of testimony makes Christianity real sellable. But when your spouse dies, when the marriage fails, when your savings are gone, you owe the mortgage, when your leg doesn't work right anymore, your back's failing. Let me tell you something. In the midst of all that, I'll tell you what makes Christianity sellable. It just begs that we jump down to verse 28. Those who love God are going to find something to be real in their lives. All things work together for good. And that brings us to the glory of the whole thing. Though all the suffering and shame of this fallen universe revolve around sin, yes, it's a judicial punishment against that sin. Our suffering as a Christian is not penal. It isn't. Christ suffered and died the penalty. So this suffering is no longer penal. It's no longer punishment. It's not judicial. It works out for good for us every single time. Every time. Do you see verse 22? Do you see that these pains are not said to be death pains? What are they? Birth pains. I can remember my wife when she was giving birth to Joy. Joy was stuck in the birth canal and not coming out. The matter was critical. The midwife had me grab Ruby under the arms and literally hold her up vertically. There was danger. I'll tell you this. If you're standing at the door of that bedroom listening and you hear Ruby's groans and sighs and cries, it makes a huge difference whether in a few minutes a baby's going to come forth or whether Ruby's going to be laying there dead on the bed. And how you hear those groans makes all the difference in the world. These are birth pains, folks. There's glory coming. There's glorification. It's just out there on the horizons. The revealing. You see that in verse 19? The revealing of the sons. What is that? What is that? It's our glorification that you see right there at the end of verse 17. You know what, folks? We have to set our categories right. When the suffering comes, the way to think is this. Suffering isn't God turning on you. Not if you're a Christian. This is God birthing you into glory. And how you see it makes all the difference. There's design here. There is purpose here. We must never forget that. When the tribulation is almost more than you can stand, this truth will sustain you in the whelming flood. You're going to die. You're going to get really sick. You're going to have a fatal accident. You will know pain and loss and trials and tears. But there is design here. These are the birth pains of glory. If you are a child of God. Folks, glory will just literally pulsate through our bodies. I mean, you think about Jesus Christ trying to find terminology to describe the glory you, Son of God, will have when you receive that inheritance, when you come to see Jesus Christ face to face. The only thing in this world that He finds that He can liken that glory to is what? The sun, the brightest, most brilliant, most glorious light in all this world is the only thing that He finds suitable to even come close to describing the glory that you will have. Look, the sons of God are going to be revealed. They don't know us today. Brother Freddie comes walking down the street. They're saying, that's nothing special, folks. I mean, look at the guy. Getting old, getting fat. Freddie expects me to pick on him. But in that day, there's going to be glory, such as will blind us if we could see it now. I mean, we're going to be revealed. He's not revealed today. I'm not either. We're not revealed yet. People look at us and they say, no big deal. By our looks, by our circumstances, nobody can really, you cruise through HEB, nobody's saying, wow, there's the son of the king. Because there's nothing really stepping out. But look, in that day, we're going to be revealed. Don't be worried. Don't be troubled if the world doesn't recognize you. Don't be troubled if the world thinks you're a fool. Just consider the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared to the glory that is in store for you. I just say this real quick in the end. I know some of you are sitting here, you're lost right now. It may be, hey, you've been taught all about evolution. You know what evolution says? Everything is getting better. You know, it's all improving. It's developing. It's advancing. Got slime in the puddle and the lightning hits it. Now it comes a fish and swims around in the water. That gets a little better, comes out of the ocean, walks on all four on the land. Gets a little better up on two. Before you know it, the thing's thinking, got men, we're moving up, doing better. But the apostles' teaching is the exact opposite of this theory. He says futility, decay, corruption, groaning. And I just appeal to you here. Let your own eyes tell you. Let your own eyes tell you. After 10, 20, 30, 50 years, your body getting better? I mean, walk around the lonely streets of the east side at night. Let me show you how man's getting better. Ladies, want to walk around there alone at night? See how better man is getting? Paul presents us with a worldview of futility. Look around you. look at the headlines. Is the world getting better? Go buy a brand new lawnmower, brand new bike, put it in the backyard, exposed, and watch it get better. Watch it evolve. That push mower, watch it evolve into a riding lawnmower. Right, Freddie? Change, we sing this, change and decay in all around I see. You know what? I'll go beyond this. I know this. The Bible says that God has put eternity in man's heart. I know that even if you're here lost today, deep down inside each of you, there is a longing, there is a gnawing emptiness when it comes to this world. You know why? Because everything in this world dies. It doesn't last. It's futile. It's temporary. It's passing away.